All right, I'm proud and excited to have Mr. Bimmy, pride of South Jamaica, and a man whose who the earth is his turf. Bimmy Antney, thanks for hitting me up and coming on.
My pleasure, Mr. Al Prophet. My pleasure.
So, you've done lots of interviews, all different places, but I think that, depending on which things somebody watched, and of course your name is associated with Supreme Team, but I kind of want to start off by, I think a lot of people don't know how successful and how big of a career you made in the music industry. And just kind of so for those who don't know, they know we're not just talking to someone who's about to talk about some negative stuff from the past. I mean, of course, we'll give them a little bit of that because that entertains them. But, tell us about your career in the music industry, what, you've worked with, what acts, exactly what role you played, and when you got into it, and et cetera.
Well, I first started out with Run-DMC.
What year was this?
It's in '86.
So they were kind of at their peak at this point.
Yes.
But you knew them before then, right?
Yeah, I knew them from like the playground. It was a center called PAL, Forster Laurie, where they had, you can play basketball in the gym, you can box, you can swim, you can play golf, different stuff.
Community recreation center.
Yeah, athletic leagues and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
So, Jam Master Jay should be in there, Run should be in there, and we should also be in the gym together, you know what I mean?
Are you their age or?
No, I'm a little bit younger.
Okay. Not much, though.
Not much. But the whole community was there. It wasn't like, an age bracket.
Right.
It was.
And that drew from what? Like Hollis?
Hollis.
How do you pronounce Rockdale? Rochdale?
No, Rochdale.
Rochdale. So that drew from Rochdale?
No. Just Hollis, French Lewis, Linden, Farmers. It's like those areas.
What about Jamaica?
Nah.
Oh, no. Okay. So now that area where that was that more of a?
They call it the north side.
North side. Is that like a little nicer?
Ain't none of that shit nice, man.
Oh, that's not nice either. Okay.
Nah, none of that shit.
But a lot of that Queens area is nice.
What it is it was houses. We had backyards. You know what I'm saying?
So does Detroit, and that's about the worst place in the country. So yeah, I know what you're saying. Just because people got houses and backyards don't make it nice.
Don't mean shit.
But just so people know, I mean, a lot of that Queens area, maybe not where you were at, was nice though, right?
Yeah, a lot of areas. You got areas on the south side that's nice too.
Okay.
Because
Queens County is the only large county in the United States where the average household income of the black population is higher than that of the white population. There's a tremendous, not just middle class, but upper class black population in the general, that whole big general Queens area.
Yeah, because you got places that's got like nice house, $1 million houses in Queens
that are pretty much predominantly black neighborhoods.
Just like Brooklyn, you got brownstones cost $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean all black people aren't poor, Ben?
Nah, you can't say that.
No, a lot of for those that haven't had much life experience, I'm just letting you know. So so you 1986. What prompts you to work with Run-DMC, and what did that work entail?
It was like I was always into music, but after my basketball career, it didn't go through well. It didn't go through well. So, I got into the street life, and then, I was over to the music, and then once I got hooked up with them as I got older, I started going to the studio with them, Chung King studio. You know what I mean? Legendary studio.
Yeah, I remember from the liner notes being a kid, Chung King.
Yeah,
I know.
Chung King. So me being
that was in Queens, or?
No, that was in Manhattan.
Okay.
It was Manhattan.
Were you like giving them any creative input? Were you just there?
Not at that time. I was just a roadie.
Oh, roadie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just a roadie, and being with them, and going through the because I didn't know the business, So I'm in my learning stages. I'm, artist, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. So
And Russell was around heavily, right?
he wasn't around like that heavily.
Who was managing them day to day? Was that Leo Cohen?
That was later on. Leo started managing them, but Big D was managing them.
Ah, okay. And what age were you in '86?
But I was like, what, 17?
Oh, so this is pretty early. So now
early.
to connect it to what was going on in the street, just vaguely, this Supreme is locked up, but the Supreme team's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're active in the streets at this time.
Yes, I'm like, me and my man Just, we took over the team. Like, it was me and Just.
At 17.
Yeah.
And so you have some good financial resources at this time.
Yes.
But you choose to be a roadie, and for those who don't know what a roadie is, that's kind of like doing the flunky work.
Yeah, that, and I'm on stage in the B-boy stand. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of cool pictures of you with them.
Yeah. I'm on the road. I'm on tour. You know what I mean? But also, I got lieutenants taking care of my business back at home. You know what I mean? So I'm on the road. I'm with them. I'm on TV shows. I'm on award shows. I'm doing a lot of stuff.
You're soaking it all in. You're learning the music business.
Yes.
Did you move up to any other status with them, or did you stay a roadie and then move on to a bigger status as you worked with other artists?
No, I became an A&R.
Ah, what year was that?
At Def Jam in '97.
Okay, so between '86 and '97, what were you doing in the music industry?
Well, I was basically producing myself, like at artists that I was working with.
So you had kind of did you have your own record label?
Yes, 3 to Life.
Ah, okay. And what year did you get in some trouble and had to go away?
91.
But you only went away for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, a couple of years, 3 years.
Okay.
I had 3 to Life.
Oh, okay. So you started that when you got out?
Yes, yeah, when I got out.
And what was that experience? I mean, for young people who now live in the internet age where you can make a song and make a video on your music video on your phone, right? But back, even when I was first, 1999, I put out my little album as Al Prophet the Rapper, and then in the early 2000s, I was making videos.
You gotta kick me, at least kick me 8 bars. If not,
I got a whole music video I'm gonna put up.
Nah, give me 8 bars right now, Al. I need 8. I need 8.
Oh man, I got so many. I'll give it to you before we go. I gotta mentally remember.
Come on, man, you rapper, man. You supposed to come off your head.
Well,
you don't know watching. You don't know watching. You know the game.
True. I might get Hove might be watching. I might get signed.
Yeah, you might get signed.
Plus, I do a little ghostwriting for the artists I work with now. So.
Oh, that's good.
So
okay.
So what artists did you have?
Me, shit. I had one artist I had, his name was.
I'm sorry. To finish my thought, it was expensive trying to be in the music industry. Nowadays, you can make a song, put on SoundCloud. Back then, when guys were paying me for videos, you had to payola to get on the radio. You had to, if you wanted to promote, you had to get in a car, van, drive around and touch the people. You had to print out posters. You had to print out vinyl. You had to try to get the DJ to spin the vinyl. It was a lot going on.
You everything. You marketing, you everything. You sales, you everything. You know what I mean? When you do it on your own, especially back then, because nobody believed in you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody believed in shit you was doing.
Because rap wasn't, other than the big groups, it wasn't like people were making any money.
Solo act, you're going to have a problem. You better be witty. You better have that shit with you. You know what I mean? That cadence, that delivery, you better have that shit with you.
You remember when Master P started dropping stuff? I feel like that changed the whole, in the sense of like a lot of guys felt like, hey, I can do that.
Yeah, independent. Because P, he was just like, with him, he brought something to the game. He brought that street shit to the game.
And smart, really smart.
And didn't give a fuck if you didn't like my delivery. You didn't like. I'm just gonna say, You know what I'm saying? Niggas know.
Don't like it, don't buy it. Yep.
Don't buy it. You know what I mean? And it's hustle. Like, when I used to go to Cali, I used to on the seats, you know, on the bus stop at and all that. You see Master Peter Tank. Shit No Limit. You shit everywhere. He had that shit everywhere.
He learned marketing. Marketing works by repetition.
Marketing was crazy.
Marketing works by repetition.
Yes.
So did you have any success? Did you spend a lot of money? Like, what was it? What went on with 3 to Life Records?
No, I spent a lot of money, and I you know, and I had artists, you know, that went to jail, fuck with the bitches, wasn't, you know, really taking it serious in the beginning. You know,
you
I had
believe
an
in
artist
them more than they are.
Yes, I'm one. Yeah, I had an artist, right? I'm gonna give you a story. You know what I mean? A female artist. Her name was Punchline, right? And I was working with her. I got her a deal, right? That was like my first deal, my first artist, my first deal. I got her a deal, and Mariah
Like a
Carey,
real deal with a big
deal, yeah. Mariah Carey said to me, "Did you ever ask? Did she ever thank you for getting her the deal?" I said, you know, I never, you know,
thought of that,
right? So Mariah said, if somebody give me a glass of water, I'm thanking them. You know what I'm saying? Anything somebody do for me, I'm gonna thank them. She said, you should ask her and see what she say. I go to her. I say, yo, let me ask you a question. Why you never thank me for the deal? And her exact words to me was, and I'll never forget this in my life. She said, why should I thank you? I'm the one with all the talent. And I was like,
well, Mariah Carey helped you learn a good lesson.
yeah, good lesson. But listen,
entertainment.
let me tell you, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit for you, right? Now, years later, I'm at Def Jam, right? I got my office, my A&R, some of my office on my desk. I got producers in there, listening to beats and all that, whatever. And Tina Davis called me in her office.
Who's that?
Tina Davis. She's the vice president of A&R at that time.
Oh, okay.
Def Jam.
She's a big wig in Def Jam.
Yeah, she's managing Chris Brown and all that. Tina Davis. So Tina called me in her office and said, Bim, come in, I want you to hear something. All right, cool. I goes in her office and she got the music playing, but the person is sitting in the seat, and that person in that seat was Punchline.
Oh, wow. Many years. So this is 10 years later or something.
And I looked at Tina, and I said, I got LL on the phone. I can't talk right now. And I left out. You know what I'm saying? And I had a sign on my door at Def Jam, and it read, be careful for the toes you step on. It might be attached to the ass you're going to kiss tomorrow.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So I really thought of that. And when she did that to me, I was like, wow. That's why I don't get all bent out, you know, because you're going to pay the price one day. Especially if you're chosen one.
Yeah,
you know
life, as I try to tell the young people, like, it is a marathon, and you're going to see, well, some people going to fall off the wayside, but the ones who don't, you're going to see them again. And I just try to make a good relationship with somebody right now, and who knows? And 3 days, 3 years, or 10 years, man, you might do something, or we might not. You know, unless something big thing, and that's cool too. And you just always show respect and try to have a good relationship with people.
Well, see, a lot of us, like, we get it confused, right? Like, if I want to know about some history, right, I'm going to do my research that was attached to that for real. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we get confused at. And this is why we get all these untold stories, and we don't get our facts right in certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, you know, later on in life, they're going to say something to you 10 years from now, like, damn, Al, I didn't mean that. It's too late. You should have your homework and knew who Al was. You knew how Al was coming. You know who I am first before you speak. You know what I'm saying? Because I travel different.
If you don't know somebody is, just be neutral and respectful. You know what
You
I
gotta
mean?
humble yourself. You gotta be humble.
Yeah,
If I don't like when me and you first met, or something was said, me and you talked about it. You honestly admitted that you didn't know. You really didn't know. You feel me? Because you got the information for a person that thought they knew,
yeah,
and you thought they really could. They connected some type of way through the pipeline. You thought that was a factual. And when I talked to you, like one of the things you had said, you said, my sister was dating Bobby Brown when I was dating Bobby Brown's sister. You know what I'm saying? So when people
big difference.
when people say things, and when people say things and they just talk because they want to get on the internet and they just want to, be important and have something to say. When as a journalism, they fucking your career up because you as good as the news you get.
Absolutely.
You as good as the news you break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you get some news from somebody and that shit ain't real. Al gonna be known for just listening.
Gossip. Yeah, spreading gossip.
Yeah. He's Al. Oh, yeah, they go Al again. He spread some gossip. He ain't got the vein. He ain't got the real one. You know what I'm saying? He just up there listening what these motherfuckers talking about. You know what I'm saying?
And it's hard, and you got to be willing to, say, hey, I know this, but I don't know that, or tell me, So, and you got to reach out to a lot of people, and it's a journey, and just got to try to do the best you can as you go. And one disturbing thing I've noticed trying to work with some people now, I think a lot of these young people, and it's probably always been like this, it's like they're behaving in a way that they saw someone in a movie or TV show act. So they think, oh, that's how a singer acts, or that's how, like a lot of times, like I direct bigger scale things. I've done a movie and music videos, and people afterwards will be like, oh, yeah, I like how you run a set. You don't yell at anybody and all that. And I'm like, well, where did anyone get the idea that yelling at people on the set, like that's not what you do in a job? Like, where do you get the idea that that's what you're supposed to do? You saw it on a movie about a crazy director? And they were like, damn, I never thought of that. Like, we don't yell at each other in a normal environment. And then we come from an environment where yelling at each other, leads very rapidly to other things.
Because hostility is going to meet hostility.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you can't be yelling. How you going to get your point across if I'm yelling at you? Me personally, I shut down. I go in defense mode. I'm in defense mode.
Or leave.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not going to leave, but I'm going to defense mode and understand why you're yelling. You know what I'm saying? Where we going at with this? We ain't got to, you know what I mean?
Why is it personal? What's up with that? And then if somebody needs to be yelled at, do you really need to be working with them? Because there's people who like to be yelled at. And now that means you got a problem and I don't want to work with you anyway.
Yeah, that's like a female like getting her ass whipped, right?
Yeah, there's some who like that shit.
Oh, he loved me. He whooped my ass last night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There were guys in jail that was like, I was like, do you like getting beat up? Like, is this some type of gay?
Why you always in my business? You know what I'm saying?
And they would be unfair fights, and everyone would be like, nah, you ain't got to fight him. Nah, fuck that. And they'd just go get beat up, and it doesn't make anyone be like, oh, you're so honorable. Like, no, you just went and got beat up.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's, you have your record label, and you're working with people, you're spending money. At what time, what point did you decide, or did Russell call you, or whatever happened? How did you move from having your own thing to just saying, hey, I'm going to go be an executive at Def
Jam? What happened was I was working. Matter of fact, I went back to jail.
Parole violation?
Yeah. What I was paying myself. You know what I mean? That's what I was paying myself. And my PO found out I was paying myself because I was on work release.
Oh, to get on work release, you basically set up a company and made yourself the employer.
No. My music was separate from the employee. My man owned the cleaners in my projects, and he said I worked there.
Oh, okay.
Just so I can get out.
But you would just give him some money and he'd pay you.
I ain't give him shit. He just said I worked there. You know what I mean? He'll give me a blank check, and I'll write the check, and I'll give it to you. So My PO got slick on me. My PO and my counselor, one went to my house and one went to the job.
And you wasn't at either one.
And they called me. They said, Antney, where you at? I said, I'm at work. You said, no, you ain't, because your counselor's there. I said, yeah, I'm at lunch now. I left. I was at work, but I left. You know, I'm lying, like I just did now.
Yeah.
So the PO said, he said, so where you at? He said, I was on my way home. I'm going to go home. He said, I'll sit there and wait for you. But I wasn't going home. So he called me out there. So when I got back to work to Queensboro, they had the red dot on my name. And the red dot means send them to the 4th floor. You're going back upstate. So then my counselor called me in that morning and said, you need a job to leave here, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, I have a job. He said, so what's the job number? So I called Corey Rooney. You know what I mean? Producer, mega producer. And I called Corey and I said, Corey, I need a job. You know what I mean? You know who Corey is, do you? You know who Corey is, Al?
No.
I know you know. You're looking like Corey is the one responsible for Jennifer Lopez's career.
Oh, wow. He was an A&R too?
No, he's a vice president at Sony. He's Tommy Mottola's right-hand man.
Ah, okay.
You feel me? Big
Tommy Mottola was one of the most powerful people in music at one time.
Yes. So Corey was his right hand. Corey's his eye to the streets, to the world, on our side. You know what I mean? Like he did a lot. So I called Corey because he's one of my childhood friends from my project. He lived in Cena Manor. I was in Building 2. He lived in Cena Manor. So I called Corey. I said, yo, bro, I need a job. So he know me from the streets. So he was like, yo, what can I pay you? You know what I mean? I said, I don't need the money. I said, I just need to check, I said, talk to my counselor. You know what I mean? So Corey talked to my counselor. They let me out the next day.
Hey, your connection's a little jumpy. Can you plug in the Ethernet cord into your laptop?
Is it cool now? Hold on. Let me move this.
Well, no, it's the speed of your connection.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your bandwidth is kind of low, so your resolution has gone down.
Is it cool now? I moved it.
No, it wouldn't come from that. It would come from, if you could, are you on the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Can you go to where the modem is and plug, there should be a cord you can plug directly in your computer.
Yeah, but it's people in my house and it's loud.
Okay. We'll just do it. We'll do the best we can. Okay, so you go to Corey.
So Corey told my counselor that I'm gonna work for him. I got the job, so I have to be at the studio every day. So me being at the studio, I said to myself, I might as well learn how to produce. You know what I mean? So I started learning stuff from Corey, how to produce, how to make records and all that stuff. So my first record was a remix of Coogee Rap. It's a Shame. You know what I mean? So I did that, and I never turned back. You know what I'm saying? I started doing records with Corey. I just started making records. So Tommy found out. Tommy asked me, what can he do to give me a job?
So you got some placements as a producer on different, like big records.
Yes. So Tommy asked me, what can I, he want to hire me. What do you want me to do? What you want to do? And all that. I just looked at him like, this is Tommy Mottola. I don't know what to say to this dude. You know what I mean? This is a big wig right here. You know what I mean? So I just left it at that. Where he said, well, I'll talk to you later. Let me know. Call me if you want, whatever. So somehow Russell contacted me, and I spoke to Russell. And Russell said, yo, you want to go to Def Jam, work at Def Jam? You could, you know what I mean? I called Leor, so he called Leor Cohen and said, bring Bim over there, you know what I mean? And I never turned back from there. It was over from right there.
Now, Leor in some circles has a bad reputation, in some circles he has a good reputation. What's your thoughts on working with him and him?
Well, me personally, I don't have nothing bad to say about that man. That man gave me a shot too. You feel me? And I think, just because one individual got a problem, don't make it my problem. You know what I'm saying?
It don't even make it real. I mean, maybe it is, and maybe it isn't.
I'm not gonna say it's real. It's probably real for that person.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not real for me.
Yeah.
Because he been good. But I'm talking about when I first started at Def Jam, he bought me a Benz. He bought me a car, 500. Like I can't talk bad about that man. That man looked out for me. I went to jail while I was at that. He bailed me out. He sent the niggas come get me out of Canada. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I don't have no ill or bad will feeling about that man. You know, when you want some money, give him.
So you were at Def Jam when it was really, you know, the premier label. Like, what were some of all the, so people know how big it was and weren't around there. Like, what were some of the artists that, not necessarily you were working with, but just the Def Jam period?
I mean, the whole roster was over there. I mean, like, you had Jay-Z over there. You had Method Man, Redman. You had DMX. You had
LL was still there.
LL there. Slick Rick. I mean,
everybody. LL and Slick Rick had put out some hit albums and had some big songs late. You know, like a second win in their career.
Those are the ones I did.
Oh, you did like what? Like the Mama Said Knock You Out era?
That wasn't late. That was the beginning of his career.
Okay. What did you do with LL?
I did the G.O.A.T album.
Oh shit. Okay.
Go and Slick. I did the art of storytelling.
Oh wow. Now as an A&R, when you say you did those albums, that means you're integral to the process of helping, not writing anything or anything like that, but just bringing producers.
Sometimes I do write. I put words.
Give them a couple bars.
A couple of bars. I do write, but they do their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and can help come up with ideas and just create
find
a
producer, topics, you know, all type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool. So A&R is something that doesn't exist so much anymore. I mean, I guess they just want you to go find the next big thing, bring them in, and sign them away. But
that's corny.
A&R was artist development back in your day.
But like today's is like rolling dice. You know what I mean? You're gonna find 1 out of 10, you know, you rolling it. You're gonna find something one day, you know what I mean? But when you A&R the project, you grooming them like a horse, like a thoroughbred. It's what's behind them that's gonna make him go out there and fight harder. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson with Custom Model. You know what I'm saying? When that trainer left, Mike started diminishing.
Yeah.
He started diminishing. So you gotta have that motherfucker behind you that's gonna help.
Locked in with you mentally, spiritually, all that.
That's right. That's right. And see what you don't see.
And what was your sister doing at this time? Like, when did she start to develop her music career?
She started late, but she had artists. She had a female artist she was working with. Not that early in the game, but after my career at Def Jam, she started really getting into her music stuff.
When did you segue? When do you feel like I'm sure you probably still dabble in music, but when did you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you ever feel like you kind of, when they sold Def Jam, is that when you kind of?
No, I was there when they sold it.
Okay.
That's when we really got busy.
Okay, when did you feel like you kind of stepped back at least somewhat?
Well, I stepped back when I found some executive getting jealous of me with the artists. You know what I'm saying? How all artists take to me. You know what I'm saying? And little mumbles and, you know, but they didn't want to say it in my face, but little things going on, you know what I'm saying? I had to, you know, step back, you know what I'm saying? Because I vowed to Russell that I would never bring no street shit to the game or whatever, you know what I mean? He always told me, if I found out you were in the streets, I got to let you go, you know what I'm saying? So that man took a chance on me, you know what I mean? He took a chance, and I wasn't going to make him look no other way than good.
Now, when Murder Inc. was growing up, or was forming and starting to get hot, did you have any? Sure, you would see them around, but did you have any more work relationship with them?
None at all. None at all.
Not at all. What about what did you think about Ja Rule? Just another artist? Did you say, hey, that guy's gonna be big, or not? It ain't nothing to do with you, so you didn't think?
It was like I'm up there for myself. I'm up there trying to break my artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had artists who would sign Tiki Diamonds, Ronaldo Blaine. I had artists up there signed of mine, who I signed. So I wasn't into nobody else's thing. I gotta get my niggas off.
What do you think? So I'm sure your guys, must have been talented. You picked them. Def Jam signed them. What separates, what caused, say, a Ja Rule to get big or a 50 Cent versus some of the guys you had who may, if we right now listen to old songs from them and old songs of 50 Cent and Ja Rule, you might think, okay, I don't see the difference, or those guys could have just been just as big.
The difference is them guys had freedom to do it. I didn't have no freedom. So if I'm working with LL or Foxy or somebody like that, and I'm working with them, Def Jam ain't having me going to deal with my own artists, my own shit. Because I was really...
you didn't have enough time to put into your people.
I ain't had no time. I think they signed my people just to appease me.
Sorry, let me turn on my AC here.
Yeah.
It's 99 degrees out here in the desert already.
Yeah. So I think they signed my artists to appease me so I continue working on their artists.
And they didn't give you enough time and resources to develop them.
They didn't give me time to work with my artists where I did them guys a disservice.
So did that frustration lead? Is that when you kind of started to step back?
Nah, some of it, right? But what made me step back was when one of the execs had told another artist, Dub C, that she don't want him to work with me.
That damn had everybody. Yeah, Dub, that's right.
Yeah, so they didn't want him to work with me. You know what I'm saying? And Dub told me. So I went back and I had a conversation. And the conversation went like, you ain't gonna have him the way you got everybody else on the label. So I'm like, wow, I don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying?
What did you go do then?
I just chilled out, man, living off my money, man. I was just not even coming to office and none of that. So Kevin Lyles called me and told me to work from home. So when he told me work from home, I know what that meant. That's
step one to getting ready. Yeah.
Dude, step one, go ahead, because he's a head case.
So now, to this day, though, you get some royalty checks, right?
No, because I'm gonna tell you another trick that I got put on, right? I get a point off each album I did because I was exec produced on every album, right? But what happened is, being that I work for Def Jam, I'm getting a check from them. My point becomes a dealer incentive point. They got to go a diamond for me to see anything.
Oh, wow. Which, only, 100 albums in history or less than that have gone
100 million albums. You know what I'm saying?
10 million albums.
10 platinum. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's, they'll go 10 platinum years from now, but right now they're probably at 3 and 4, you know what I mean? Something like that, And
so how much did you help your sister?
Helped her a lot. You know what I mean? Advice. I helped her a lot. A lot of advice. She didn't listen to me. You know what I mean? I told her don't fuck with Todd Moskowitz. You know what I'm saying? I told her don't fuck with that dude. She ain't listen to me. You know what I mean? But now she understand.
Lot of shady people in the record industry.
A lot.
And there's a lot of shady people in the street, but at least in the street, people know there's repercussions. The way that
you can react to shit on the streets. But
a lot of these people in the record industry or entertainment industry, period, they feel like, and really for most of them, there really isn't going to be any repercussions.
No, they're not.
But you're going to go to their Beverly Hills office and do something? No. So
it's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you be labeled the bad guy. Oh, he came up here, did this. Now everybody's looking at you like.
And they just blatantly cheat you. Oh, yeah, no, I've had little deals where it's just like, you're just blatantly cheating me. Like.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. So now people know, you're not just someone affiliated with these old street stories. You had a much longer career in the music industry than you did in the drug business.
Yeah.
So let's go back to, I want to talk about the interesting character, Pop Freeman. So that's something I only know about from reading the very limited amount of things I could find. My understanding is this. He was, as New York's black population was kind of not just centered in Harlem, in lesser extent in Brooklyn, a lot of people moving to Queens. One of the mafia families kind of tapped him as their Queens representative and was feeding him with drugs and numbers. I mean, is that accurate generally?
Nah, I don't think they're feeding him drugs because, you know, back then the mob ain't fuck with drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they were just backing him with a bank and the numbers.
The numbers. He had the numbers.
And did you work at a store of his when you were very young?
He had a super red when I was young.
What's that?
The super red.
Oh, like a small supermarket.
Supermarket.
Okay.
But the numbers was in the back. That was
what age were you?
Yeah, I was 10.
And what did you do? Just clean up or whatever?
Not clean up, you know, go to store for him. You know, stupid.
What was he like?
You know. What was he like?
Yeah.
A don, respectful, you know, ain't talk loud, never seen him argue.
Ain't supposed to argue, that's right.
I used to go to the store sometimes when I wasn't there, just look at him.
Was he like a father figure, kind of?
Well, definite.
What age was he at that time, roughly?
Probably in his 60s.
Okay.
And
when did he live until?
I really don't know because I outgrew it myself, you know, when I started selling drugs. But he lived a couple more years after that.
And when would this have been? Late 70s?
70s? Nah, man, late 80s.
No, you weren't 10 years old in the late 80s.
No, what I'm saying is.
When did you work at the store?
Oh, I was like 11, 12.
What year would that have been?
I don't recall a year. I was like 11 or 12. You know what I mean?
Around 80, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
okay.
That's what the 80s. 70, I wasn't outside.
Okay. But about, but you were like 10 and about 80 or so.
Yeah,
okay.
Something like that.
So and he probably lived until the late 80s or something.
Yeah, he lived to like his late 80s, yeah.
Was I mean, you can answer this or not. I mean, what was there a connection between him and Fat Cat?
Nah, he was connected to Ronnie Bump.
Okay. Now,
no,
Ronnie Bumps was convicted several times. Like, Ronnie Bumps got about 20 years about 3 years ago.
No, he only got 17.
Okay. Well,
that's my niece's father.
What is that?
That's my niece's father.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's somebody you know well.
Yeah.
So Bumps was feeding Fat Cat at one point and supplying him way back then.
Yeah.
And did Fat Cat tell on him or no?
No.
Okay. And but Bumps was a big deal. I mean, I called him the Queen of Nicky Barnes.
He was the big deal.
Okay, he was like equivalent to like a Nicky Barnes, Frank Lucas. I mean, he was big.
Yeah. He was the deal.
And so he was really kind of the overlord of the streets of Queens.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
And
he's a well-respected man, you know what I'm saying? And to this day, he's still well-respected. You know what I'm saying?
Did what was him and Fat Cat's relationship like? The boss?
I was too young to know all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Did you interact much with Fat Cat or?
Yeah, definitely.
What was he like personally?
Funny
and
strong. You know
and
what I mean?
He must have been good at managing people.
Yeah. He had a show. I mean, he had no show. He had a store, and me used to watch this show on TV. And it was like life and style. What it was called? Life and style, or something about life and style.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Famous. We used to watch that, and I used to be in the back of the store with him watching it. And it's about money, like, you know. And me, I sit back there with him, I watch it.
Was this the store on 152nd or whatever?
Yeah,
that was
on 50th Street.
Okay, that was the epicenter of what was going on.
We had an apartment upstairs.
So in the store building would have been the managers, you guys, and the stash maybe, and then out on the street stuff was going on.
Yeah.
People weren't coming in the store saying, "Give me two."
Nah, hell no. I know, cause you know you got bosses in there. You don't want to get raided and all that craziness. No, that shit was going on in there.
And was there an overlap between what was to your knowledge? You might not know this. Was Supreme getting stuff from Fat Cat or?
I really don't know at that time, but I know Cat and him was dealing a lot. You know what I mean? I really don't know.
Did you interact much with Supreme before he went away, or
On this one here?
No. Back in the mid '80s.
Yeah, he brought me out.
Oh, okay.
He brought me outside.
And I read some in a newspaper article, which ain't always true because information comes from the police, that Supreme worked at a stash house for Bumps, or
It wasn't a stash house for Bump.
like guarded some Bump stash house at some point in the early '80s, or
No. Because you got to remember this. That's the north side. Bump from the north side, Preem from the south side.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he won't go over there and guard his. Bump got his own
Crew.
Yeah,
system or whatever.
Crew. He got his own.
Was there animosity between the north and the south side?
At one point, it was.
And you're from the north side.
I'm from both sides.
Okay.
Because what happened was, I was born on the south side. I lived there for a few years. My father got a house on the north side. So when I got to the north side, I stayed there until about 15, 16, then I moved back to the south side.
And for people that's never been to New York is so gigantic that so we're talking about, people hear about Queens. I mean, Queens as the borough would be like the fourth biggest city in the United States. So even a neighborhood within Queens, like, this area we're talking about.
It'd be a city. It'd be
that's
city.
like a city within the city itself.
Yeah, it's big. It's big.
So that was like the 113th precinct and another precinct, right?
103rd.
103rd and the 113th.
113th is for shit, both sides. It depends on what side you're going on. 103rd is from the other side, hillside, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica.
So 113 covered most of the badder areas.
Yeah. So did 103rd. They both covered. Both of them covered fucked up shit.
Okay.
Both of them.
And let's see what other. I mean, the street stuff is so rehashed and warmed over. I mean, that's already been talked about. I'm just trying to touch on some previously, just Queens history, unknown stuff.
It was regular street shit. That when you say rehash, is a truth to it.
Yeah.
What's
some stuff that there's common, quote unquote, common knowledge that isn't true that you want to clear up?
Yeah. For me?
Yeah. I mean, is there anything that the general public has heard a bunch of times that isn't true?
Shit, we've been going all night, man. I don't know. A lot of shit. A lot of shit, man.
Did you ever see 50 Cent as a kid?
Yeah.
He
wasn't a kid. He was in his teens.
Did he strike you as anything out of the ordinary, or?
Nah. He wasn't no sucker. That's all I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I do know he wasn't a sucker. So,
yeah.
We all can paint pictures of each other. Everybody. You know what I mean? But, I'm always give it to you raw. I'm always tell you what's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, I don't have nothing to gain or lose. You know what I'm saying? By telling you what's real.
When Supreme got out and he was aligned himself with Murder Inc. and was running around with them, did you think to yourself like, wow, that's going to make him hot, or did you not think about it, or were you talking to Supreme at that time, or?
I mean, him talk at that time, but I always told him, like, be careful. You know what I mean? Because, when you dealing with, I don't like you said, we keep going over, it's over. But, you got to deal with your kind, bro. With the same mental as you. Because if you ain't got the same mental and it ain't your kind, it ain't your help, then different shit gonna happen, brother. When it happens, you can't blame nobody. You gotta blame yourself because you know they wasn't built like you. There was nothing was like you.
What was your impression of Irv Gotti?
I didn't have an impression of him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have. See, one thing about Americans, things make you. You know what I'm saying? Things.
Stuff, what you had.
Makes you. I grew up with nothing. That didn't make me. You feel me? I created my life. You know what I mean? I did things. You know what I mean? I risked my life. You know what I mean? Not proud of it, but
that's reality.
You know, when people say it's reality. When people say certain things to me, I'm like, you can't put me in that room with certain people because, you know what I mean? I grew up different. You know what I mean?
You probably spent more time with Prince than Supreme, or no?
Me and Prince lived together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Me and him lived together.
You know, I read, you know, I've studied so many different cases and groups in different cities, and I now know how to read newspaper articles and kind of know, like, okay, that's probably a quote fed from the police, and that don't sound believable. And, you know, like I'm doing some stuff with a guy here in Detroit now, Kurt McGirt, who went away to prison at 17. He was called Detroit's public enemy #1. He was supposedly the biggest hitman in Detroit as a child, right? And it's like, I don't know what the guy did or didn't do, but to call a 16 or 17-year-old, you know, the most dangerous person in a city like Detroit is pretty ridiculous. And I kind of, from reading through all the stuff with Prince, you know, I don't know what he did or didn't do, but it seemed like they tried to, or they did lay, you know, all the violence in Southeast Queens at his feet for a few years. I mean, what did that make you feel like, or what's your take on that?
I got to look over my shoulders. You know what I mean? I look over my shoulders. If they taking him to be that, like I asked Prince one year, I said, Prince, they put me in the papers. I said, what that mean? Prince said, they coming to get you then. I remember they put him in the papers. Did the same thing to him.
Absolutely.
And they put me in the papers. I called
you want your nickname or your face hits that daily news, you know, then they can, when they arrest you, they can say, oh, see, we're doing something about drugs, or we're doing something about gangs, or this or that. When in reality, the people that they take might not be even the top of the food chain. Sometimes they're not anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what goes on today in the media. You got guys speaking on stuff that they didn't even on the bottom of the food chain. They wasn't on the chain.
They wasn't even on the chain, yeah.
They wasn't on the chain.
You know, like Prince, for example, there was that, they used that thing against him. They had the one trial where the witness got killed and the prosecutor said a P was carved in his chest and this and that. Well, I found some newspaper articles like 10 years after that where they actually arrested the guy who really did it. And he was like the girl's boyfriend, and he just broke into her. And it just happened to correspond with her testimony, but it didn't have anything to do with it. There was no P carved in anyone's chest.
Then, see how what they was doing back then, in some cases, they'll throw on you.
They do it now, yeah. It's called clearing the books. Homicide, they like to clear the books. They do it with serial killers. Okay, you did these 10, sign off for these other 10, and then we can say that they're solved. So look at the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
It took 15 or whatever, 12 years, and then, oh, well, no, here we got the guy who really did it. I mean.
I got a brother that did 29 years. 29 years, he just came home. 4 years ago, he just came home for body he didn't do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, for the general public, if you're looking at, you know, guys like you, street, whatever, and they say, well, fuck them anyways. Okay, but that means the real killer's still running around. That Matias Reyes, you know, so you didn't take the rapist off the street, and he went on to do other things.
Yeah.
So when you framing somebody, or you're just putting cases on somebody, you know, it doesn't benefit the general public either. I remember I was in Arizona in that tent city, and I was a trustee, and I was moving around. So I'm in the cell for an hour, and they got this young Hispanic guy down from the pen. He's down on a writ for some more cases. And I'm like, oh, how much time you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm doing 45 years. I said, what you doing down here? Oh, I'm about to sign off on some more drive-bys. I said, did you do them? He said, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm going to just sign off so I can get back to the pen. It's so uncomfortable in the county. He said, I don't know. But he was signing up for him.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it's sad.
They used to call it in New York bullpen therapy.
They left me in the bullpen 20 days once.
Yeah.
I was getting commissary in the bullpen.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you got going on in your life now in terms of business and music, entertainment, or you're the magazine? Like, what's going on with Bimmy now?
I had closed my magazine because, you know, I had time for it. But I'm doing my music now. I got, 2 artists that I'm working on now. And I got.
Are you in New York? You're in New York now. You're in New York area. I mean, you're in that area.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to be out there. I was traveling the country. We had went to Chicago, Detroit, and then we were about to hit New York, Philly, Baltimore. I had all this stuff set up, and this happened. But I'll be out there, soon. So I like to meet with your artists and get some interviews, do music videos, all that stuff. I got my American Dope brand, which really is just me partnering with people already doing stuff and, just collaborating. And
I see the video. You read up from this girl. You open the car door. You remember that? I think he was in Vegas.
Oh, yep. It was my friend. We got LA over in Vegas, so I had my friend pull up on us, I keep a few friends around the country. So, yeah, so I'm gonna see you out there soon, and let's do some music stuff together. It's exciting now with the streaming where you can just be in your little studio with you guys and they make some music and you make some videos and use different platforms, mine and others, to promote it and get the money from TuneCore, and you ain't gotta deal with the Todd Moskowitzes of the world. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for talking to me, and then if I'm sure some more stuff will cross your mind, and let's talk again soon.
No question.
All right, man. Salute, Bimmy. Nice talking to you. Talk to you again soon, brother. Stay safe.
All right. Peace.
Peace.